back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Greta. I know you're admiring my cross-country state sweatshirt. I got it today. The state meets tomorrow. You know how it be. But while I was running today, I was like, wow, wouldn't it really totally stink if I fell right now and got injured? And then I was like, wow, I should rank my worst injuries. So we're going to be tier list ranking my worst injuries of all time that I could think of. I'm going to tell you a little bit of story, background of how I got each injury. I'm going to be putting it into one of 5 categories. The worst was that a fly? As in, like, it didn't really hurt that bad, or, like, it wasn't even that bad as much as I'm complaining it to be. The next row is not fun, because self-explanatory, it was not fun to get that injury. The third is I would do it again for cash. Like, it wasn't that bad, but, like, it wasn't great. But, like, I would do it again if someone paid me to do it and covered all my medical expenses. The next one is 0 out of 10, would not do again. As in, I would never, ever go through that again. And the last one is I died for a few minutes. There's probably going to be at least 1 or 2 in the I died for a few minutes. So the first one we have is falling over a waterfall. And you might be like, oh my gosh, Greta, you fell over a waterfall? And the answer is yes, I fell over a waterfall when I was in 6th grade. I just ended up scraping my knee, and it was scarier than I thought. So I'm actually just going to put this one in, was that a fly? Because it was not that bad in general. And then the next one is a busted lip on a skateboard. So when I was little, I was sitting on this skateboard that had the lips that go up on the edge. And I sat on one of the back of the lips, and it came up and smacked my front lip. And I had a fat lip for probably a week and a half. And it was so ugly. And the first thing I said when I looked in the mirror was, this looks terrible with this shirt. So I had my priorities in order, even at age 4. But I'm going to put this one in, I would do it again for cash, because it wasn't super fun, but it wasn't the worst experience I've ever had in my entire life. It wasn't as bad as some of the other injuries coming up. And the next one is broken collarbone, which if you watch my cleaning out my closet drawers in an hour video, I broke my collarbone last year when I was a freshman during the cross-country season, and I didn't get to run the last few meets, which totally stunk. So that one's probably going to go in, I'm going to put it in 0 out of 10, would not do again, because it really hurt, and the healing process was awful. But at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad compared to some of my other injuries that I've had that are coming up. Okay, and the next one is a broken wrist. I broke my wrist in 5th grade by falling off of my desk in my bedroom while I was putting up a poster. Kind of embarrassing. Whenever I tell that story, I literally turn bright red, because what idiot falls off their desk while putting up a poster? But at the end of the day, I was still able to do everything. I just had to wear, extra big mittens in the winter when I went outside. So I'm probably just going to put this one in not fun, just because, it hurt in the moment. It hurt for the next 2 days, because I didn't go to the hospital until 3 days later after I broke it. But at the end of the day, was it that bad? No. Okay, the next one, this one's kind of embarrassing too. I got a leg boil when I was going into my freshman year of high school, on my inner thigh. It was really, really painful. But it only lasted a day. And I could walk. It just really hurt to touch. And I took 4 baths that day to try and drain it. So I think I'm going to put this one in, was that a fly? Because it hurt, but it only hurt when I touched it. Whereas other injuries that I've had hurt literally all the time. Okay, the next one is broken finger in a door. I literally got this injury when I went to go get my cast off for my broken wrist. I slammed my finger in the door on the way out, and I think it was this finger right here. I broke that one, and that was really painful. I almost threw up from the adrenaline. It was really bad. So I'm going to put it in 0 out of 10, would not do again. The next one is tearing open my face. I did this on the 4th of July. I fell down at doing a slip and slide, and I fell on the concrete, and I totally tore open this side of my face, and it wasn't that bloody, but it was scabby. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old at the time, so it was a lot more dramatic than it actually warranted. So I think I'm going to put it in not fun, just because it wasn't that bad. At the end of the day, it just hurt for a couple minutes, and I had this really cool scab for a while. Okay, the next one is tearing open my face 2.0. So literally the next year, I was at gymnastics camp, and I was running towards the springboard, and I fell forward, and I cut my face right here, and no one could see a scab for a couple days, but then a scab did show up, and that's when I finally learned what swelling felt like, because my face swelled. Again, it wasn't that bad. So this one, I'm gonna actually put in, was that a fly? But, like, it hurt, but not, like, bad enough. Like, I didn't cry at gymnastics camp, and I was, like, 8 years old. So, like, if it really hurt that bad, I would have been crying a lot, and I didn't cry. So, there's that. The next one is bruised eyeball. I did this at youth group one day. We were having a Nerf battle, and I was hiding underneath, like, this thing, and, this guy shot at me underneath it, and we weren't wearing goggles, so it just went straight into my eye, and it was when we still had to wear masks, and it hurt so bad that I, like, ripped my mask off, ran to the bathroom, and was, like, shaking my head, like, trying to get the pain to come out, and it hurt so bad. It hurt for, I'm pretty sure, like, 3 days straight. I couldn't look at lights. It was super painful. Like, I had to close my eye all the time. I had to get ice packs from the nurse all the time. So I'm gonna put this one in 0 out of 10 would not do again, because... Actually, I'm even gonna put it in I died for a few minutes, because I literally could not talk for, like, at least 3 or 4 minutes afterwards because it hurt that bad. The next one is bruised tailbone and torn up knee from a slip and slide. This was when I was going in, it was, like, 2 weeks into my freshman year of high school. It was again at youth group. We were having slip and slide kickball, and I fell and I bruised my tailbone, and I was like, oh, that hurt. But it wasn't, like, at the end of the day, like, okay, whatever. It didn't actually hurt that bad. But then I got worse because I slipped into the next one, and the people whose house we were at, they had, like, this concrete lip coming up for their, like, deck patio area, and I slipped and I hit it right on the corner, and, like, my knee literally had a divot in it for probably a good solid week, and oh, it was so gross. It was so pussy, and you probably don't want to hear all this information, but it was so gross and pussy, and I would never do that again. Actually, I would do it again for cash. So it's going to go in I would do it again for cash, because it wasn't that bad at the end of the day. Like, it hurt for, like, 2 days, and the next day my running was a little off, but, like, the next day I had a meet, and I got, like, a PR. So I would do it again for cash. Okay, the next one is bruised tailbone tree root. This one, I was swinging from a tree in my yard. I fell, and I landed right on a tree root and bruised my tailbone again. A lot of bruised tailbones in this video. I think I would probably put this one in not fun, just because it only really hurt for probably, like, 10-20 minutes, and, like, I cried, but then it just, like, went away. Like, it just was initial impact that shocked me, but otherwise it wasn't that bad. And the last one, this last one's going in that top category, broken finger while sledding. So when I broke my finger while I was sledding, I was sledding with my friend. We went back to back with our arms linked like this. Stupid idea. Don't ever do that. I swear. Don't ever do that. And we fell off, and my friend accidentally, my hand was like this, and my friend rolled over it. It's not her fault at all. It was our fault. It was both of our faults for being that stupid to think that we should go back to back with our arms linked. And she rolled over my finger, and my finger went like that. It still doesn't bend correctly. Like, it's still really awkward to look at. Like, look at this hand versus this hand. Like, that's embarrassing. But yeah, I broke my finger by doing that, and that was really painful. They had to, like, set it back into place, which I'm pretty sure I can't even fathom the pain that I went through in that, because I, like, had literally blocked it out of my memory. It hurt that bad when they were resetting it. Oh my god, I can't even think about it. And then the healing process wasn't actually that bad, but, like, the resetting, the actual breaking, I died for a few minutes. Let's go with that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what your worst injuries were. And I don't know, I thought this video was kind of fun to make. Wish me luck for state tomorrow, even though by the time I post this, state will already be done. Thank you!